Study Buddy Homeschooling. In today's session, we'll see the topic Agricultural Implements. It's from CBSE Class 8, Science, Chapter 1, Crop Production and Management. So what are agricultural implements? Different tools that farmers use during agriculture are known as agricultural implements. Here are some of the tools which are listed. They are plow, hoe, cultivator, seed drill, combine, winnowing machine. So let's see about each one of them in this session. Plow. What is plow? The process of turning and loosening of the soil is known as plowing. This loosening of soil is very important in agriculture because loosening of soil means more aeration. More aeration means more air circulation. More air circulation is needed for the growth of soil microorganisms. These soil microorganisms play a very important role in decomposing the dead organic matter, plants or animal waste, and convert them into manure. So increased aeration means increased microbial growth and more soil fertility. We all know that earthworms are farmers' friends. They help in turning and loosening of the soil, and aeration increases the growth of earthworms. So this way plowing is very important. You can see the plow here. It is made of wood. The rod-like structure is known as plow shaft. At the end you have a curved structure called plow share. This is pointed at the end. What happens is this rod is placed on the beam which is placed on the animal. So as the animal moves, plowing happens, loosening of the soil happens. This is the first step in the preparation of the soil. It is a time consuming activity. Plowing using plow is a very time consuming activity. Next we have hoe. It is also used for plowing. A hoe looks very similar to a plow. The rod-like structure is very similar to plow shaft. At the end you have a bent plate which is very similar to plow share. It is much more sharper, wider with a larger surface area for plowing. So this way it is much more efficient tool than a plow. It is made of metal. The thing is, apart from plowing, since it is very sharp, since the bent plate is very sharp, it is helpful in the removal of weeds in the soil. Weeds are unnecessary plants which grow in the soil. So hoe helps not only in plowing but also in the removal of the weeds. Next we have cultivator. Cultivator is driven by a tractor. So tractor is very important to run the cultivator. Here you have the cultivator. It's made of metal and it contains a series of plowshare like structures which are attached to the tractor. So as the tractor moves, plowing happens and it is much more efficient and it saves time and labor. Only disadvantage is it's expensive. Farmers who have large holdings like 15 acres, 20 acres, for them it is advantageous because charges are based on hourly basis. So for small farmers it is disadvantage. Sowing. Sowing of seeds is a very important step in the process of growing crops. Sowing previously was done manually where the farmers used to just throw the seeds into the farm, but that was not an efficient system because sometimes what happens is in one place of the farm there will be too many seeds and in another part of the farm there will be none, so it's not evenly dispersed. So farmers started using different ways. Traditionally they use a funnel like structure called funnel like structure through which they put on the seeds down and it was connected to the plow, and as the animals move the seeds were getting placed at different intervals. So what happens was the disadvantage with this system is that uh, the seed is just open, it is not closed by the soil, so there's a chance of the seeds getting picked by birds or animals. So now farmers are starting to use an instrument called seed drill. It very much looks like a cultivator, seeds are thrown from this end and it gets dispersed through these structures, and as it is connected with a tractor. So as it moves, the seeds get placed inside the soil. And one advantage is that not only it places the seed in the soil, it closes the soil as well. Thereby, it prevents the seeds being taken away by birds or animals. Combine. Combine is a combination of harvester and thresher. So when the crops are ready for yield, it has to be cut. So this cutting job is done by a harvester. And after it is cut, what happens is the grains have to be separated from the part of the plant. This separation of grains from the part of the plant is known as threshing. So this combine does both the job of cutting as well as threshing. So after threshing and after harvesting and threshing, winnowing has to be done. What is winnowing? Now the grains are ready after threshing, but the grains contain lots of waste and other substances and other materials called chaff. Basically the waste is called chaff or the husk. So this husk and other waste materials have to be separated from the grain. So this process of separating husk and other waste from the grain is known as winnowing, and it is done by, previously it was done manually. Now it is being done by winnowing machine, where it separates chaff from the grain, and now the grain is ready for use. For queries and clarification, please contact us at studybuddyhomeschooling@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any doubts, you can leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you.